Thank you for visiting PianoLessonsForLife.com. My name is Greg, and I'm your personal piano professor, and we're going to take a look at How Great Thou Art and deal with simple three-chord songs here. It's a beautiful song, traditional spiritual hymn, and if you're on this page, you probably already recognize the melody, which is the first thing you need to know when you're picking out a song on the piano. And we're going to be playing in the key of C. So your first note's going to be G. And you're going to try and pick that melody out. Okay, and that takes a little trial and error and practice, but the more you try and pick out melodies that are familiar in your head, the better you'll get at becoming a player that can learn to play by ear. So I'm going to use just three simple chords, the F, C, the F, and the G. C, F, and that exercise, the 1-4-1-5-1 progression, is on the website. You can follow the link to chord 1-4-1-5-1 progression. There's a video on that, chord progressions, and also inversions are good to know too. So hopefully you've done a little work on learning your inversions of your chords, and you're a little bit about the 1-4-1-5-1 progression. And if you haven't, it's a good exercise to do. It'll help you out. So anyways, let's play the song. There's the F chord, back to the C, G. Okay, pretty simple. Repeat that same first part of the verse. And you can see I'm just playing one simple chord at the beginning of the measure. And you can almost hear where those have to change. If you're not sure, then the chord chart's on the page there so you can see it. Now we're going to this version up here in the right hand of the C. C to F to C. Big jump in the melody there down to D. Same thing. And the G chord. So that's very, very basic. You can see we played the whole hymn just using three chords. And my left hand didn't have to jump too much. The melody's a little trickier. You have to jump around. And a general rule, the highest notes are going to be played with your little finger, lowest notes with your thumb. And that's just a general rule on fingering. And you may have to adjust your fingers during the song there. So let's do it again, but this time I'm going to add a little more variety in my left hand, because playing these chords, yeah, it's nice and easy, but it doesn't always sound the best. So now I'm going to just let you watch to see how I might develop the chord part in my left hand a little bit more, and hopefully you'll develop your own style. So let's start again, and this time I'm probably going to use a couple of substitution chords in there too. You'll see me use an augmented chord, and this is when I'm going from my C to the F. An augmented chord, C augmented, has a raised fifth. That's that sound, and we'll be going to an F chord when we use it. I'm also going to use a G 7th chord, but I'm going to do something fancy with it. Play just a G in the bass and an F chord in the right hand, and it makes a G 7th. Because here's the G 7th, and with a 9th and an 11th, and that's real pretty too. And you'll see me use that, and maybe one or two other little tricks. So let's start playing again, and this time you'll see me use more motion in my left hand. I'll be playing the root and breaking the chords up a little bit. Chord. And here we go to the chorus, and I'll use that augmented chord. I'm going to go to the 4 chord here, and then to the C chord. So there's a little bit different. And if you have an electronic keyboard, you can even get a little fancier. So let's play it. It does have 3 verses, and it's nice to change things up between verses. So let's start again, and we'll play it a couple of times. I'm going to play the whole song a couple of times through and show you. I'm going to use the transposer to go up a half step on my keyboard as something to do, and I'll probably add the sound of a choir. So we'll start off simply. Now, I'm not using strict tempo, I'm putting some feeling into it. That augmented chord. And now I'm going to do this. Add. Now we'll do a little bit of an ending fancy to the F, to the E minor, and a D flat. Okay, so you know, with a little bit of work now, I probably will play it different the next time I play it, but I just wanted to let you see how once you practice the song a lot, you can start to develop your left hand part and your right hand part. It adds some interesting chords, and hope you enjoyed the lesson. And I'd like to suggest if there's a song that you'd like to get a little more depth into, leave a comment at the bottom of this page and suggest a song. We'll put a little form up there to suggest a song. I'm going to start doing a lot of lessons like this, and also, if you haven't signed up for my lesson alerts, there's a little sign up box on the web page in the top right hand corner, and I'll send you these lessons as we get them done. So I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about How Great Thou Art. Make sure you come back and visit, and let me know how you're doing. And thanks again for visiting pianolessonsforlife.com.